Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, I want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, for allowing this word to come out. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters is edified by this word. And the name of the lesson is called The Ten Commandments of the Holy Bible are Precious Jewels, and no one values them at all. Let me say it again, man. The Ten Commandments of the Holy Bible are precious jewels, and no one values them at all. Yeah, man, this is a cold-blooded word. You know, those that try to live this thing by the Bible, the Lord is kind, the Lord is merciful, the Lord is awesome, man, because he gave us a blueprint on how to conduct ourselves. He gave us a blueprint on how to stay on the right hand side of things and avoid the left hand side of things. And one of the main biblical principles that was bestowed upon us to give us a sense of direction in the area of success, in the area of integrity, okay? Spiritual, biblical integrity. The Ten Commandments were set forth, okay? And when you really analyze the Ten Commandments, when you look at life, it's really centered around these Ten Commandments. Now we know there's I want to say, I forgot how many laws is it total, man, but there's the Ten Commandments, man, is really like the foundation of all the laws. I think it's 612 laws. I can't remember, man. So bear with me. It's late. It's a late night for me. So just bear with me, man. But the Ten Commandments, man, they are considered precious jewels once you really look at them and understand how valuable they are. And if you follow these Ten Commandments, man, it's going to really set the stage for the other laws, statutes, and commandments in the book, man. So what I want to do is just take a little time, man, and really go through these Ten Commandments, man, and just so you and show you just how precious they are, man. I'm just going to read the commandments, man. You can follow me, or if you want to follow the Ten Commandments that I'm going to speak about, it's in Exodus chapter 20, man. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to really point out the Ten Commandments and briefly speak on them, man. Exodus 20, verse 3, the first commandment, it tells you what? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. That's huge, man. I mean, that's self-explanatory. That's huge. In other words, we are to serve Yahweh and only Yahweh through his only begotten Son. You see? It's only one God, man. It's only one boss. And it's Yahweh, the covenant God of Israel. You see? That's the first commandment right out the gate. And you got these heathen nations, they serve many gods, many form of idolatry, in a sense. And what happened, man, the Israelites follow what the heathens do. And so the Lord knew that the Israelites would be exposed to this type of behavior. So he told you right out the gate, thou shalt have no other gods before me. It's a reason why he's a jealous God. You see? Commandment number 2, man, it speaks about what? In Exodus 20, verses 4 through 6, it speaks about you shall make no idols, or in other words, thou shalt not worship any graven image, man. And what that's speaking about is practical idolatry. What that speaks about is false gods. What that speaks about those having images, paintings, or pictures, or any presentation of the Lord and worshiping it, man. Yeah, graven images. You know, we got into a major controversial thing years ago in Israel because there were signs with Yahweh and Yahweh being depicted, images of them being depicted on these signs, man. And it was a form of worship. And the Ten Commandments say, "Thou shalt not worship any graven image." So, you know, to each his own. You know, we're in a better place, in a better space now. So we're not targeting any particular group in regards to those that worship any graven images. What I'm speaking about tonight is just to let you know one of the Ten Commandments tells us as Israelites not to worship any graven image, man. You dig? Commandment number 3 in Exodus chapter 20, I would have to say verse 7, man. It said, "Thou shalt not take God's name in vain, or the Lord's name in vain." Blasphemy, man. Blasphemy. Thou shalt not do that. Okay? That's the unforgiven sin as well. Blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, man. What's other examples that you shouldn't take the Lord's name in vain? Having jokingly matters, like making his name seem like it's a joke, making him seem like he's a joke. You know what I'm saying? Being disrespectful. You know, not putting respect on the Lord's name, making his name seem empty, seem worthless when you speak on it. You know, we are not to do that, man. But you got a lot of people that play them type of games and don't even understand what they playing with. The 4th commandment in Exodus 20 says, "Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy," man. Keep the Sabbath day holy. In other words, man, rest on the 7th day and do absolutely no work, man. And keep it holy. Just like what was it? Man, I can't think of the name of the movie. It was just on the tip of my tongue, man. But in the movie, Michael Clark Duncan, the late Michael Clark Duncan, said, "I'm dog-tired, boss." And that's you know, on the Sabbath day, that's the attitude you should have. "I'm dog-tired, boss." No, I'm resting, completely resting and doing no work, man. And at the same time, I'm going to keep it holy. I'm not going to taint it by no way, no how. But we also know we are currently in captivity. And because since we are in captivity, you know, it's extremely hard to keep the Sabbath day. And most importantly, to keep it holy. Because a lot of us have to work on the Sabbath day. And then a lot of us, you know, don't cook the day before, they cook the day of, or whatever the case may be. You know, the Sabbath, man, it's you know, it's a very special day. You know, we should really value that, man. But like I say, because we're in captivity, it's extremely hard to keep it. But those that are able to keep it, I commend you and shouts out to you. The 5th commandment speaks about what? Honor thy father and thy mother. That's huge, man. You ought to honor your father and mother, man. That's huge, man. In other words, you are to cherish them. You are to value them. You are to respect them. You dig? And if you're able to do that, you will be able to extend your days of life, man. But in Matthew 15:4, it tells you if you fail to honor your parents, your ass get put to death, man. Honor your father and mother. They brought you in this world. You see? I mean, I really, really value and cherish that commandment, man. You know, I've never disrespected my father or my mother. I have a good relationship. Me and my mother is very, very, very close. And me and my dad, we were close just prior to him and my mother getting divorced over 20 some years ago, you know. But even though we're not as close as we used to be, I still honor him. I still love him and cherish him and respect him, and I value him. You know, even though I'm 47 years old, I still act like a little child around my parents, man. You know, the honor is amazing, man. It's just an honorable thing to have a conversation with your elder parents, man. And it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, man. But when you look around in Israel, man, this generation, kids and teenagers that's 17 years and older, I want to say that age group, 17 to 27, I'll say, man, they don't honor their father or mother nor their grandparents, man. Totally disrespectful. And not all, but it's a large group of individuals. You know what I'm saying? If you over 30 years old and you don't cherish your parents, if they're still alive, you don't cherish them, you don't value them, you don't put some respect on it, something wrong with you, man. You seen what happened with Marvin Gaye? He disrespected his father and his father killed him, man. You know what I'm saying? It's sad when you see daughters fighting their mother and sons fighting their father. That's ridiculous, man. That should never happen, bro. It's one of the 10 commandments for a reason. The 6th commandment speaks about in Exodus 20, verse 13. Thou shalt not kill. In other words, you shall not murder, man. You don't take a life without legal jurisdiction. You dig? In other words, man, when it comes to protecting yourself and your family, when your life is being threatened and harmed, then murder is not being frowned upon. Then killing is understandable. But that will fall in the legal jurisdiction of murder. Without legal jurisdiction would be cold-blooded murder. And that's not allowed, man. People get into it with others and, you know, road rage or whatever the case may be, and now this person is dead. That's taking someone's life without legal jurisdiction. You know, and it's a lot of that's going on. It's a lot of senseless murders, man. Like I spoke about yesterday in the sign of the end times. The police is, you know, killing black folks. You know, black on black crime. A lot of these lives are being taken without legal jurisdiction over a simple argument, over road rage, over the most pettiest things you can come across, man. I mean, these are biblical principles to help us live to be law-abiding spiritual citizens, man. The 10 Commandments is a great foundation for you to move through life, man. Commandment number 7, thou shalt not commit adultery. Exodus 20, verse 14. In other words, extramarital sex is forbidden. Man leaves his mother and father, cling on to his wife, they become one flesh. So extramarital sex is forbidden because it's adultery, man. And for those men out there that want to truly understand what constitutes them being caught up in adultery, when a man sex a woman that has a husband, that's forbidden. And it's a whole bunch of that going on. Cats is out here having sex with women that already have a husband, man. That's disgusting, bro. And then on the flip side, what constitutes a woman committing adultery is having sex with a man outside of her husband. That's plain, bro. Like I say, marriages are not valued at all. It's like people are getting married because it sounds nice. It sounds slick. It gives you a good look. It ups your profile, so to speak. But you guys doing everything except with a marriage honor. Like I say, man, people don't value marriage no more. It's ridiculous, man. The next commandment, man, I think it's commandment number 8. Thou shalt not steal. Okay, in other words, thievery is not allowed, man. In Ephesians 4:28, it even told you, man, to stop stealing, labor, and go work for what you need, man. We shouldn't be out here stealing nothing, man. But thievery is what it is. Now, I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm going to give you a good biblical example where thievery is not to be frowned upon. Proverbs 6:30 tell you, do not despise a thief who steals to satisfy his hunger. See, that's an exception to the commandment number 9, commandment number 8, thou shalt not steal. Yeah, man. All type of thievery is happening out here, man. We ain't got no business doing that. Commandment number 9 says what? Thou shalt not bear false witness. You shall not bear false witness, man. You shouldn't be out here indulging in slander. You shouldn't be out here indulging in talebearing. You shouldn't be out here creating false narratives, creating false stories, creating false impressions. But you have a lot of that's going on today, man. Slander is the new telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Gossip and talebearing. You know, creating false narratives, false impressions, all of that, man. People are 10 toes in doing that. And it's one of the 10 commandments that tell us we shouldn't be involved with that. We should be leaning toward things of truth. You see? It's a cold-blooded word, man. And the 10 commandment, we're going to close it out on in Exodus 20, verse 15. Thou shalt not covet, man. So you shouldn't be caught up with the heart and desires, lustful spirit. You shouldn't be caught up in greed. You see? Your heart desires and your lustful spirit, man, I have you committing adultery, man. It'll have you in prison also because of greed and you trying to get more money. Whatever the case may be, man, you shall not covet. So I hope you sincere brothers and sisters, man, was edified by this word. Again, the name of the lesson is called The 10 Commandments of the Holy Bible are precious jewels, and no one values them at all, man. $1 million jewels you got access to biblically, and people are not valuing it. People are not cherishing it. They looking right over it, man. And these 10 commandments will make your life a whole lot easier, a whole lot better, man. Sad, man. Once again, man, I hope you sincere brothers and sisters was edified by this word. We give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua, for allowing his word to come out. And, hey, man, keep Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua, first in everything you do. And stay prayed up, man, at all times, man. Already. Shalom.